Hello, this is a short tutorial on Pearltrees. Pearltrees is a place to collect and organize bits of information from the internet. We already registered. Now you need to know how you're going to use it to help you collect and organize your research information for your research project. It's going to make your life much easier. You should have already logged into Pearltrees, and you should have at the right hand top of your screen a blue star. This is your extension for your web page. This is one indication that you have downloaded the website and have downloaded the extension. On your home page, your name will be at the top. You should have your initial and your last name. Your page will be blank. It doesn't have any collections on it yet. I have a couple collections on my home page. We will start adding some collections today as you start researching and collecting your resources of information. I'm going to show you quickly how to add your resources, how to organize your sources and your note cards, and how to share your note cards and your sources with each other. You're on your home page, and this star right here is your add link. If you click on it, you'll be able to add a new collection. You'll be able to add web page. Your notes will be added here, and then some other file types as well. There's also, you can edit your collections, and this is your share button, and we'll go over that in a minute. I'm going to show you the collections that I have created. The first collection here, called Holocaust Research Resources, is actually a collection that I've created to help you get started with your research. And I've added some different sources and source types so that you can go in here, and I have shared this collection with each of you. You can go in and start researching. Now, the first collection that I have here are some search engines, and these are good search engines on the internet. You'll be able to find resources by subject, newspapers and magazines. This will be a good one because you have to have 4 different types, and newspapers and magazines is one of the types of sources that you can collect. Try some of the search engine websites that I've collected here and see how they work for you in helping you find some of your different sources. The next type of source that I've collected is websites about the Holocaust. These are some of the better websites online that will help you find specific information about your topic. If you'll go into these websites, you can also do a search by topic. They also have different indexes that will lead you to some of the specific information as well. The next one I have, you will need a primary account or a first-hand account. And here are 2 sources of information. This one is a good place to find a video or eyewitness accounts of events. Go in, you can either search here in their index or you can search by topic. You can also use this second source that I've collected. It also has some good first-hand accounts, different types, not just videos. Then the next one I have is the database. It's our district database. I'll show you how to access that. It is found on our website homepage. We'll go into our Robinson homepage, and under Staff Tools, if you go down to Gale Login, so look under Staff Tools, Gale Login. If you use this link on our Staff Tools page, you will not have to have password to get in. So you go to our database homepage, and not all of these different sources are going to be conducive to our topic. So make sure you go through and look at the different products that are available. Gale Virtual Reference Library is a good product that you can use. InfoTrack Newsstand will give you newspaper articles. And Student Resources in Context, this is a good one because it gives you magazines, academic journals, news articles, primary source documents, images, videos, audio files, lots of different types of information. So this would be a good one to find one of your more difficult source types. You can either go in through the link directly, or you can click on several of them that you want to search, and you can put your keywords in here and then click search, and it will bring up different sources. think about your specific information and narrow it down, and try several different searches if you come up with nothing. Because the databases have excellent information, but you do have to narrow it down in order to find the specific things that you want. After going to your database, you will start collecting your information. Go back to your home page and you will start by creating a collection. Click on your add button, create a collection, and I would type it sources. Okay, these will be your sources of information. I have found a good source of information. I've gone to the database, looked through, I wanted to find something about Nazi propaganda. Now that I've found this source and know that I want to use it, you go up to your star. You'll see that you can now put this source into one of your collections. And if you remember, just a moment ago, I created a new collection called Sources. So I'm going to put this source into my sources collection. Now I could put it in my drop zone and then decide later where I want it, but I'm going to actually put it right into that collection. When I click that and I go back to my Pearltrees, I can see that it's right here now. This is the actual web page that I found. Article about Nazi propaganda. If you'll notice, the source was named, didn't have a title, the correct title. Edit the title of that source, and I think I will name it Nazi Propaganda Magazine article, something like that, just so I know what kind of source that is. Now I have created a collection and I have created a source, and after I've found several sources, I'll start making note cards. This is where I can do that. I've gone into this source and I will go to add. I will create a note under my star, which means add, and I can add my notes right here. I will put topic Nazi propaganda, and this will be source number 1. And then I will put my notes in here. All right. When I'm finished taking my notes and making sure that my source is linked to my note, click OK, and then my note will end up right here in the same collection as my source. That's one way to organize yourself. I'm going to show you a couple other ways that students have organized themselves. Let's look at Morgan. Morgan has created 2 collections. She's at her home page. She's created 2 collections. One has all of her sources of information. One has all of her note cards that are specific to her sources of information. Then Alyssa has one collection, and she has organized her information. Here is her source, and then her note card is right directly next to her source. And here's another source, and there's some more notes that she's taken. All right, that's one way to organize. Here's another way. Noah has one collection, and he has all of his sources here and his note cards. And on his note cards, he has made sure that he titles it the source number, so he can keep track of the source that this information came from. So there's several different ways you can organize your information. Just make sure that as you use and work with Pearltrees, that you do organize your information so that when you use it in your paper, you know exactly where information in your paper came from. Last thing I'm going to show you is how to share your information with me and with each other. For instance, after you research today and tomorrow, you will share your 6 different sources and your 4 different source types with me. You'll collect them all in one collection and go to your collection. Use this one. And then you'll go to your share button. And there's many different ways to share your information, but today we're going to use our Twitter feed. Click click on Twitter, and here is your URL for your link to your Pearltree collection. Make sure you title it correctly. You're going to title this one 6 different sources for research. You do not have to put your name on it because it comes from your Twitter feed, and then you'll tweet this and it goes directly to Twitter, and you can view it in Twitter. And I'll show you that right here in our Twitter feed is where it shows up. So we'll look at Taylor's. It takes us directly back to her Pearltree. There are her notes that she turned in and her sources of information. And through Twitter, you can all access each other's information to supplement your own research. We have now gone over how to create a collection in Pearltrees, how to save your different sources of information into your collections. We've gone over the different sources that I've collected for you that you can use to access information. And we've also touched on how to share information with me and with your peers. If you have questions as you use Pearltrees, come and ask, and I will be more than happy to help you. Don't forget, you can go back to this tutorial and review anything in it. Good luck in your research.